Ever since the FIA confirmed the removal of Michael Masi as FIA race director, different opinions have been presented regarding this decision. Red Bull's Max Verstappen had been silent on this, but he has now aired his strong views during a press conference in Barcelona. I'm your host, Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Max Verstappen highly critical of decision to throw Masi under the bus. Max started off by explaining why sacking Michael Masi was unfair. For me, it is really unfair what has happened to Michael because he has really been thrown under the bus. Of course, people talk a lot about what was decided in Abu Dhabi, but you can imagine a referee in whatever sport has a coach or equivalent screaming in his ear all the time, yellow card, red card, no foul. It is impossible to make a decision. He expanded on why it was unacceptable and revealed that he has since contacted Masi. For those who did sack him, to allow that in the first place is for me unacceptable, and I found it really incredible. I feel really sorry for Michael because I think he was a very capable and good race director. I sent him a text as well. He further suggested that Masi should have been provided with some help. Not the right decision, and especially if you put someone next to him after Charlie died, it is very hard to take over from someone like him. He had so much experience from previous years, and also Charlie had help around him, and maybe Michael just needed a little bit more. He summed up his words by pointing out that everyone gets better at their job with experience. Everyone needs experience. When I came into the sport my first year, I am so much further than what I was back then, and I think it would have been the same for Michael. To immediately sack him, for me, was not the right decision, but I wish him all the best for whatever comes next. I hope it is better than being an F1 race director. Fast feed. Alpine's reserve driver Oscar Piastri wants to get to F1 purely on merit, not because he could buy himself a seat. It's been a part of the game for a long time, but I didn't want to get to F1 because I paid to get there. I wanted to get there because I had the results. It has been an awesome run in the junior categories. I think the results speak for themselves. Red Bull's Sergio Perez feels that in F1 every incident is very different and it is very hard for the stewards to make decisions. It is the nature of the sport. But as long as we can have consistency within the stewards and we have the same people more consistently at the races, the decisions will be more consistent. We have to support the new race directors that come in. It obviously takes time, but I think that there is always a debate in F1. It is not as straightforward as other sports. Red Bull's head of race engineering Guillaume Roquelin, meanwhile, revealed that Checo got up to speed pretty quickly and his feedback is pretty much the same as Max's. This means we know where we are going and everything is fairly settled. Reigning world champion Max Verstappen stated that when a country is at war, it's not right to run there, that's for sure. But what matters is not what I think, it's the whole paddock that will decide. For Alfa Romeo's Guan Yu Zhou, it was nice to get to drive this new generation of cars. It definitely feels different from what I drove in the past. There is a little bit of bouncing compared to last year's car for sure, but I'm sure everything is going to get better as the teams understand the car more. His teammate Valtteri Bottas wasn't able to run as much as he would have wanted, but at least we know we addressed the issues. There's still a good way to go before we can go racing, and we now have some data to help the team move towards the right window in terms of setup. McLaren's Daniel Ricciardo indicated that they have got some good strengths. We just need to keep working on a few of the areas where we can improve. Was Michael Masi thrown under the bus? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you liked this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.